The Resident Evil franchise has become synonymous with the survival horror genre since its inception. The series has evolved from eerie corridors in a zombie-infested mansion to narrative-driven experiences set in diverse environments. The upcoming installment, Resident Evil 9, promises to be a groundbreaking addition, as it's rumored to be the first open-world game in the franchise. Many fans were hoping for a reveal during the last PlayStation State of Play, but that didn't happen. However, recent insider comments suggest that a reveal for Resident Evil 9 is imminent and could be happening sooner than you think. In this video, we'll dive into the latest news about the upcoming reveal, including potential leaks regarding gameplay, the game world, the story, and its protagonists. Could this be the title that takes Resident Evil in an entirely new direction? Be sure to check the video chapters for easy viewing as we get started. Despite all the anticipation leading up to the PlayStation State of Play, fans were left disappointed when Capcom didn't announce Resident Evil 9 during the event. There had been significant buzz that a reveal might occur, but instead, Capcom showcased a new look at Monster Hunter Wilds. However, notable leaker Lunatic Ignis hinted before the event that the wait for the reveal might not be much longer. They mentioned in a Discord message, "You probably guessed the game from the first hint. I realized it was way too easy with the Capcom logo." The game is indeed Resident Evil 9, which is not in development H, but it is the most ambitious game in the series. I can only say the release will be in the second half of 2025, and you can expect a teaser in the coming weeks or months. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's first discuss the reveal. Many believed it would happen during the PlayStation State of Play, but since that didn't occur, when can we expect the teaser? There are a few possibilities. Capcom might drop a teaser on social media at any time, or they could hold off until the Game Awards in December. The Game Awards is typically a mix of award presentations and new game reveals, making it an ideal stage for Capcom to showcase their latest title. Another option could be a return of the Resident Evil Showcase, which we last saw in 2022. This would be a fantastic platform to unveil Resident Evil 9. While we can't predict Capcom's exact strategy, the best bets for the reveal are either the Game Awards or a dedicated Resident Evil Showcase. A teaser during the Game Awards would likely reach a wider audience, as nearly the entire industry tunes in. Recently, a leak surfaced that revealed potential details about Resident Evil 9, including a new protagonist and information about the game's setting. According to the leaks, the game takes place on a fictional island in Southeast Asia, inspired by the real-life Japanese volcanic island of Miyakijima, known for its poisonous gases. The setting is said to blend influences from 11 countries in Southeast Asia, featuring traditional architecture that reflects the region's rich diversity. The primary biological threat in the game will be a new variation of mold, called white mold, which is based on the real-life cordyceps fungus that consumes insects. Victims of the white mold undergo severe physical and mental deterioration, transforming into monstrous creatures inspired by Southeast Asian folklore. The plot reportedly follows a character named Adrian Clark, who arrives on the island with his wife and son, only to witness his wife's murder by the locals and his son's abduction. The narrative will focus on Adrian's quest to rescue his son, and notable characters from the series, including Leon Kennedy, will make appearances. Leon is now in his 50s and plays an episodic role in assisting Adrian. Other series mainstays like Chris, Jill, and Claire are expected to appear, although they will primarily play behind-the-scenes roles with their stories likely explored in future DLC. The game is rumored to feature first-person gameplay, but players will have the option to switch to an over-the-shoulder perspective after completing the main story. Notably, the narrative will heavily involve the island's volcano, which is tied to ancient organisms worshipped by the inhabitants. The BSAA, now controlled by the Blue Umbrella, has become a corrupt entity, supplying bioorganic weapons to various countries. Resident Evil 9 is said to be developed using an advanced RE engine, with a release window expected in the first half of 2025, likely after April, and possibly aiming for early 2026. However, all of this information should be taken with a grain of salt, as leaks and rumors are often unreliable. Nevertheless, the concept of an open-world Resident Evil set on a volcanic island is compelling, and fans are excited, particularly about the return of an older, bearded Leon. The move to an open-world setting is a topic of debate among fans, as it poses risks, especially when previous close-quarters games have been so successful. While some express concerns about whether open-world gameplay can effectively translate into horror, others believe it could work well, citing the success of games like The Evil Within. The release date for Resident Evil 9 remains uncertain, with no official announcements from Capcom. However, various insiders have indicated that the game has been in development since late 2018, with some suggesting it could release as early as January 2025, although a push to 2026 seems more plausible given the franchise's 30th anniversary. With Capcom's recent strategy of spacing out major titles and remakes, the timeline aligns well with a potential 2025 release. As we await further news, excitement continues to build for what promises to be an innovative entry in the Resident Evil series.